protect these guys because
Yeah.
you give me the ball, I'm going to go out there and pitch.
And that's why, again, I have no evidence of this, but I would be skeptical to actually see him in a start. But 2023 WBC, just as a closer, like Ohtani to give me 3 outs, I think he might do that.
I was watching him in the stands in WBC, right? I was watching him go back and forth down in Miami. I'm going, wait, what is he doing? He was going to warm up, but he was on deck when he came up to hit. So it was like, how do I get this guy, to not sit there and be in a like one-dimensional type of situation, right?
Yeah.
He's just DHing. His mind is like, no, I can help this team in multiple facets. And look, I don't think Doc would have went out there and said something if he didn't feel like this guy has a chance to go out there and help him.
100%. Doc's been around the block, so he knows what's happening here. So Ohtani could be in that rotation. And quite honestly, they need him. I mean, the way things are going, Glasnow had a setback prior to his rehab start. So there's still questions right there.
They really do.
Tweet right now. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said Tyler Glasnow had a setback as he warmed up for his sim game today. Obviously will impact if he can return at all before the end of the season. Glasnow will get additional testing. We're talking about Jack Flaherty. Ends up being an amazing trade deadline. He's starting game 1.
Yeah.
I got Yamamoto game 2 or vice versa. After that, I don't know what happens.
You have no idea. And it's unfortunate because, this is a similar situation to last year.
Yes.
You was trying to figure out how you're going to get quality innings in the most important time of the season.
Yeah.
And if you're telling me, and I just watched this the other day when they was playing against the Cubs.
Yeah.
Right? You had Walker Buehler out there not feeling good or not looking good.
Not looking good.
Then you had Bobby Miller, right, who's not looking good, and Yamamoto has his first start off the IL in a while. So you're trying to build him up and talking about Yamamoto, but how much can you build him? And then, how much pressure can you put on him in his first year trying to be the guy that you expect him to be? I think you have to find out who game 2 is, who game 2 start is, because Jack will probably get 1.
Correct.
But you have to figure out how much you're going to get out of these guys. And while you look at this rotation options that Doc has, the question marks is health. It's not the stuff. These guys have the stuff, but it's health, and the bottom 2 guys are the question marks based on what they've been able to go out there and do or not be able to do.
You mentioned that 3 game series you just saw against the Cubs. 12 runs allowed, 13+ innings. They were not sharp. By the way, Kershaw's not even on that list. You're not even putting him in there as a potential starter.
You can't risk. You can't put that pressure on Kershaw, right? I think it's too much. Even though he's done tremendous things, he's a future Hall of Famer. I think it's too much to put on Kershaw when we've seen the past history of what he's done in the postseason.
Bone spur in his toe right now. We all know what happened last year against the D-backs. Horrible start, one of the worst of his career. So the question is this: who starts game 1, Flaherty or Yamamoto? I can make a case for both.
I think we both can, but I think it would be Jack because he's been really good. And I think Yamamoto, depending on his next couple starts heading into the postseason, what you're going to get, right? Because, while he looks good against a team that strikes out a lot, he had 8 strikeouts through 4 innings. You're like, okay, that's cool. But you got to think about the injury part of what he's dealing with, right? The stuff looked good, but now he has to go through the 5 days. He has to go through the side. He has to go through how he's feeling. And if he doesn't feel good, because we always throw guys out there going, oh, well, he looked good, so he's making his next start.
Right.
Well, who's to say that he felt good when he slept the night after the start? Right.
It's true. You'll see a guy come back from injury and feel great, and you go, no, it's the next time. Then I felt the pain because I exerted myself too much.
You know the biggest one? It's Tyler Glasnow.
Yeah.
Because he is such a dynamic pitcher when he's healthy.
Yeah.
If you make that start, it makes it a little bit easier, on decision making with the guys down the stretch.
Because too, with the schedule, you can manipulate things the days off. If you give me 3 good starters, you give me Flaherty, Yamamoto, and Glasnow, I can ride that pretty well with a good bullpen.
For sure. They're going to score some runs.
Well, and here's what I was about to tell you. So what's more important? So I know there's questions of starting pitching, obviously. But what's more important, having a lineup as dynamic as theirs or having a starting rotation that's more solid?
Well, from watching so much baseball, I think the rotation. I really do. I think you can score some runs, but if you're giving up more than you're scoring, you got a problem.
That's I would have thought as a hitter you would have gone lineup.
I know. It feels good, right? You go out there, you stake to a 2-3-0 lead, and then all of a sudden it's 3-3. What happens? Starting over.
The most confidence I'd feel like as a Dodger fan is if I said to myself, beyond the 3, Ohtani obviously well-motivated, finally in the playoffs. Yeah. Mookie, we know what Mookie does, Freeman, but now they have some more length. Now you got Teoscar, now you got Gavin Lux, now you got Max Muncy. Those guys can lengthen that line.
They had to get back, right? I think Muncy has been really good of late. Tommy Edman. Out of nowhere has been good in center field. So when you think about what Doc has been able to push button-wise with these guys, it's good to get the length back because it takes some pressure off the top 3.
But I'm with you. Eventually that does catch up to you.
Yeah.
For a round or 2 you can do it, but eventually you got to get those starters.
I agree with that.